Hello my dear friends, and welcome back to another video. Today we have a few juicy updates, some from Empire magazine with Kathleen Kennedy and Pedro Pascal, and we've also got some great news for D23. So no more jibber jabber, let's dive straight into it. We begin with a big announcement for a Star Wars-centric panel, a Lucasfilm Showcase at D23. And this is rumoured to not only showcase the series side of Disney+, but also the upcoming Star Wars movies. So D23 Expo is taking place this September. And this year's event includes a physical show in Hall D23, as well as the option of streaming all of the panels. But the biggest part of this announcement is that the future of Star Wars is going to be showcased, at least according to D23.com. On their website they wrote, filmmakers, celebrity talent, and surprise guests will join representatives from Marvel Studios and Lucasfilm, among others, on stage in Hall D23 to showcase theatrical and Disney Plus titles, so both the movie side and Disney Plus series. Now at Star Wars Celebration, as well as in Vanity Fair before it, Kathleen Kennedy shot down any possibility of Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron releasing next year. Instead, they're aiming to release Taika Waititi's film in 2023, although bear in mind, this is a very ambitious goal. But if they're going to announce or showcase the future of Star Wars films, this would be the perfect event to do so, or at the very least give us a hint of what Taika's film's going to be about. We know it's going to be sequel era, but by sequel do they mean straight after episode 9 or far into the future? We're just going to have to wait and see. But in my opinion, D23 should also be the event where they make public all of the footage shown exclusively at Celebration, the extended Bad Batch Season 2 trailer, the Mandalorian Season 3 teaser, and the Ahsoka footage. That'd be amazing. And the biggest takeaway from this piece of news is the fact that they're finally showcasing the future of Star Wars movies, the theatrical side. And I've seen a lot of discourse in the fandom saying the same thing. We love the Disney Plus shows, but what about the movie side, the original, authentic Star Wars experience? Star Wars, in my opinion, cannot lose its cinematic identity. That is key. So as I say, hopefully we'll get an official update, maybe a synopsis or release date for the next Star Wars movie. It's Taika's film, and fingers crossed it's going to be a good one. Let me know in the comments down below what you want it to be about. So next up, my dear friends, some exclusives from Empire magazine, and the one that's gotten people talking is Kathleen Kennedy's interview where she says that Star Wars' storytelling is influenced by video games. Now, under normal circumstances, you'd be forgiven for scratching your head confused, but in recent times, especially with the Kenobi show, it's very clear that Lucasfilm are trying to create a multimedia crossover event with its heart in Fallen Order and its upcoming sequel, Jedi Survivor. We're seeing plenty of tie-ins from the first game in the Kenobi show, and there are certainly more to come. As we took a closer look at Fortress Inquisitors in episode 4, the Jedi stasis chambers might tie into Jedi Survivor, but aside from Kenobi, there are also possible connections to the Bad Batch with its subplot on Wayland, which we know connects to the Mandalorian, but might also connect to whoever's in the tank in the Survivor trailer, not to mention other possible connections in the Andor show, so it seems like Kathleen Kennedy's comments are very relevant. But let's see what she said. With every passing year, the Star Wars galaxy grows bigger and bigger. The movies handing over to streaming series, animated shows, canonical novels and comics, and video games that all broaden the ongoing story of the galaxy far away. And now the Star Wars tapestry continues to become more detailed. For Lucasfilm boss Kathleen Kennedy, the current narrative inspiration for the wider Star Wars universe comes not from the movies, but from gaming. Speaking to Empire, Kathy said the following: "It's funny, the more I've got to know how games are written and that kind of persistent storytelling that goes on in a game environment where you're just constantly building upon a single story, that's much closer to what Star Wars is, and that influence also means more elements from hit games like Jedi Fallen Order crossing over into live action too." She went on to say there's intention around bringing in elements from the games because there's a huge investment by people in Star Wars along the way. We have fun identifying who carries forward and what we reference and the history. You always want to feel like there's a history behind everything that's happening in Star Wars, so there's a lot of conversation that goes around that. And it's really interesting the way she mentions the way storylines are written in games and the influence that has on the shows, because many fans after watching Kenobi episode 4 felt like Obi-Wan was navigating the fortress like a mission or level in a video game, much like in Fallen Order, where we do first visit this fortress. Now, speaking of the Kenobi show, my dear friends, there's a rumor going round that there is a Riva series in development. A lot of folks are freaking out about this, but don't worry, it's just a rumor from one outlet. Nobody apart from ScreenGeek.net have this scoop, so take it with a truckload of salt. They say our sources have told us that a Riva spin-off series starring Moses Ingram is in development for Disney+. They say they were unable to get any plot details, so it's unclear if it's going to be set before or after Obi-Wan Kenobi. A second season of Kenobi is already reportedly in the works, so it seems reasonable that Riva could survive long enough for her own spin-off show, or otherwise it could be a prequel to the Kenobi show, giving us her backstory. Now, I will say something that does give this report some credibility is the fact that Deborah Chow did tease possible spin-offs that could spawn from Obi-Wan. She even hinted towards the existence of an Inquisitor show in the works, but a full-on Riva series, I don't know guys, it just seems a bit doubtful. The Kenobi show is already giving us a lot of her backstory piece by piece, her hesitancy with Leia, her true motives with Vader, and not to mention the Order 66 flashback sequence at the start that could be expanded upon in these final 2 episodes. And with Kenobi getting a season 2, if Riva survives this season, then she will no doubt be back for that one, so personally I don't see the need for her own series, but you might disagree, everyone's got their own opinion, so share yours in the comments down below. Now finally, my dear friends, we're going to stick on the topic of Kenobi and Riva because Joby Harold, one of the writers on the show, has opened up about the importance of keeping Riva a mysterious character in the series. In a new interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Obi-Wan Kenobi screenwriter Joby Harold addressed some of our burning questions about Riva. Harold starts off by describing the show as building a mystery box around Moses Ingram's character, and 4 episodes in, this mystery box has yet to unveil its biggest secrets, and they begin by asking him if Riva is one of the younglings in the Order 66 flashback. He would not answer directly. He said, "I won't speak to that, but I will say that Riva is a character that I find to be fascinating. Moses has done amazing things with her, and hopefully the reason he's not answering the question is because we will get answers in these last 2 episodes." He was then asked about Riva knowing that Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader are the same person. Again, he wouldn't answer. I love that Riva is this mystery box, so I try to speak to her as little as possible, and I'm going to keep it that way. And look, I think it's really natural 4 episodes in at this point that the writer is not going to reveal anything. We've got to be patient and let the series unveil its secrets one at a time. But the takeaway from this is that they've made Riva a mystery character on purpose. Now, just before I go guys, the alternate Bad Batch trailer has leaked online, the one shown at Celebration, and I just want to focus on this frame, which I've seen being spoken about in a couple of places. Evidently, Omega is distressed, and Tech is consoling her. It's a powerful shot, despite us not knowing the context of the scene, but in my opinion, it's an expansion of what we've already seen in Season 1, in terms of Omega depending on the advice and counselling of her brothers for her own personal character growth. I think it's really awesome to see. And this shot also gives us a look at an older Omega, a little bit older, not too much time has passed. I simply cannot wait for Season 2, so share your thoughts in the comments down below guys. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. May the Force be with you always. I'm Star Wars Meg, have a good one.